I coached Bo Naylor 8 years ago, and I still think of this play today.
With one gone, there's a swing and a stroke to left. That's down for a base hit. Naylor around third. The throw is on target. It is in time, and nifty.
I'm Hyung Cho, and I coach the Canadian junior national team for the past 10 years. And fundamentals are a crucial part of the game, so I'm gonna break down some clips for you from a coach's perspective. Let's get to it. 2017 World Junior Baseball Championships in Thunder Bay. We're down 4-1. I'm coaching third base. It is a stacked Team USA lineup, and we're looking for any outs we can find. Cade Smith is on the mound for us, so we have a sinker ball guy, hard throwing sinker ball guy. We're looking for a ground ball in this situation. We didn't get the ground ball, but luckily we got a line drive hit to Edward Julian, our second baseman. One thing about fundamental base running on the US side, you could see that Delgado didn't really go back or freeze on this line drive. That's kind of what you want from a fundamental standpoint. If a line drive's hit, we need to freeze or at least anticipate back until you actually see the ball go through. The ball's hit so hard that it's a reactionary thing. With baseball, there's so many variables that you have to run these scenarios constantly in your head. Understanding where the shortstop is, understanding where the second baseman is. Those are all key points that give you the proper intel that allow you to now anticipate, right? I coached Bo Naylor 8 years ago, and I still think of this play today. We're playing for a World Junior Championship medal in Thunder Bay, and we're facing Japan in a must-win situation. I'm coaching third base here, and we've had 4 hits all game. In my mind, I've already made up, we gotta be super aggressive on the bases, and we have Bo Naylor again at second base. So Archer Brookman's up to bat right now. Yeah, we need a hit at this point. Very hard hit ball, base hit. The Japanese outfielder absolutely hoses him, but somehow Bo Naylor slides and avoids the tag. If you look back at the tag, this has to be one of the craziest slides I've ever seen. Like totally jukes him. So as a base runner, you want to be able to pick up your coach once this ball is hit. A good third base coach will position himself so that you're always in the viewpoint of the base runner running from second to home. And as a coach, you're actually looking at when the runner on second hits third base and when the outfielder actually catches the ball, because that's gonna be your timing of whether or not it's gonna be a close play. At this time, it was like bang, bang, so I knew it was gonna be a close play. And it would take the perfect throw to actually get him out. And sure enough, he made an amazing throw, but I mean, Bo Naylor did a phenomenal job in avoiding the tag by sliding around it. It helped us score that run. We ended up winning this game 6-4, advancing to a medal game. 3-1 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs are up. Gavin Sheets is up to bat, and he hits a fly ball in no man's land behind the third base, away from the shortstop. It's bringing in the left field. So we like to call this the Bermuda Triangle. And I think this is basic fundamental baseball. At the big league level, I think this ball should be caught, but Ian Happ has to be running hard. He kind of pulled off. It's a basic pop-up priority in this situation. And what we mean about pop-up priorities, we have to know that the outfielders always have priority over the infielders in this situation. So as a coach, you want to be implementing, these defensive fundamentals into your practices, because these are basic things that need to happen at every level. It's not only in the big leagues, like we're talking youth baseball. You can't just react. You got to anticipate like you're going to catch the fly ball in this situation. You got to be loud and vocal. Whether you call ball, or I got it. You got to call it. You got to be loud. Get used to even using your hands. Some visual, because professional baseball, Major League Baseball, college baseball, it's a loud environment. Sometimes you can't hear your fielders. Do whatever you can to kind of take that precedence over the other fielder. So it's important to be vocal as well as visual. The World Baseball Classic first round in 2017, Carlos Santana up to bat, Jose Bautista at first base. Carlos Santana hits a double here. Dalton Pompey going back. Pompey gets it in really quick, which is important. To Mallow. Host. What a play by Jonathan Mallow. So that was a double cut by the Canadian defense, executed perfectly. And in this situation, when do we have a double cut? I usually say a sure double, possible triple, will always warrant a double cut. Because there's a runner on first, our play is going to home plate. Everybody's lining up towards home plate. The shortstop is the lead cutoff man in this situation. Pete Orr, who I believe is playing second base, he's trailing Jonathan Mallow in the double cut. The reason why we want a double cut in this situation is if there is an overthrow from the outfield, we have another option. The ball's not gonna be in no man's land. We have another option of a cutoff to throw it at home plate. And in this situation, we didn't need it. Perfectly executed. Great throw by Jonathan Mallow to save a run. These are the little basic fundamentals that will help you win a baseball game. This is Canada versus Japan. This game matters in the World Junior Championships. We're playing for a medal here. We got Ben Abrams on the mound, so he was a product of University of Oklahoma. Bo Naylor here playing third base, giving signs. A lot of people won't know this, but bunt defense actually usually comes from the third baseman, which is relayed from the coaches. And we want to give signs where all our infielders, pitchers, catchers, even outfielders are aware of what play we're running, what bunt defense we're running. And that's what Bo Naylor's doing with giving all these signs. He's essentially communicating that to the team. And you can see our shortstop holding him close, and we pick off here. That was the first play that Bo Naylor called, was a pickoff, because you don't want to just deliver that pitch. I think it really keeps the runner on check to not get off on second base. The next play, he gives the signs again, and I assume we're not gonna do the pick here. Jeez, another ball. Hey, that's the key too. As a pitcher right there, you gotta throw strikes in the situation because the batter's giving himself up. We need to throw strikes, let him give himself up, and we'll take care of the bunt. So the batter gets the bunt down, nothing. So that was actually an aggressive play. You see the shortstop taking off. So the whole priority of an aggressive play is to get the out at third. So that was the whole intention, but the bunt was a well-placed bunt. We're not gonna force something that's not there. We're gonna get the out at first. I'm happy with this, perfectly executed on both sides, both Japan and Canada. Next play, we have to stop this run from scoring, but we have to make sure that, we're not giving too much. So we have our middle infielders back in this situation because we would trade an out for a run at this point, but we're not giving the run away. So you have Noah Naylor, who's playing third base. He comes in, so he hits a seed here to Noah Naylor, and Noah Naylor does a perfect job here. Just such a good defender. A couple things fundamentally that I really like here. It wasn't a play where Bo Naylor could just throw it and it was a bang-bang play at home plate. The ball was hit really hard. So he realized, you know what, the runner's not even there yet. So he ends up starting a rundown right away and he eliminates the threat in one throw. I think that's important to mention because fundamentally when you're in a rundown, you don't want multiple throws in this situation. You want to get the out in one throw, and he executed this perfectly. This is the super round, and it's never fun playing against Cuba. They're always gonna bring it. Victor Mesa in left field. He missed the fly ball here, and we scored our first run. So he misses the fly ball. He gets it in, and you could see on this angle, he's already at third base. He does a tremendous job. Something to note here that we did a really good job on, Lucas Parente, who was the base runner. In this situation, do you tag up here or do you get off the base? And for me, Lucas did a tremendous job here getting off the base because we didn't know that if it was a routine fly ball. If you see at the beginning of the clip, the wind is howling out there. So, you never know what's happening when the wind is strong. And I think that's the intel of anticipation that, we always talk about, is to know these things that will help you become better, whether it's a base runner or a hitter. If he's not doing that, that run doesn't score. The reason why we're not tagging on this play, the golden rule in baseball, never be the first out or the third out at third base. And that's one thing that is very important in fundamental baseball because there's multiple ways that we could score the runner from second base with 2 outs now. So in this situation, he's getting off, and luckily, Victor Mesa missed the fly ball. It was an easy run for us. The last thing we want on this play is that Lucas Parente is tagging up on this fly ball and he misses it and we're not scoring the run. Canada versus US, bases loaded, not where you want to be. So situation here, Eric Hosmer's up. You know what? Let's look at Ian Kinsler here. He's on third base right now, and he does this little hand movement like this. And I don't know what it means. It could mean many things. You could tell Ian Kinsler is a fundamental player, and this is a natural reactionary movement. And any high IQ baseball player will know the situation and constantly communicating with the base runners. And in this situation, whether it's, hey, make sure you're going on contact, or heads up on the line drive. I don't know if that's what he was saying, but I do know that a sign of a good baseball player will always communicate that to the base runners. To learn more about baseball fundamentals, check out OTUBaseball.com. If you enjoyed this breakdown, consider subscribing for future content like this and more.